All right, we're live. Good morning, everybody. We're about to see how many people, I just told Connie, are not on the East Coast or to the left of that in America watching me because we don't usually go live at 6:40 in the morning. But I know we got people from all over the world, and so I thought we would go ahead and just try a live and see how many people we get on here, just as an experiment. If you are just now starting to watch, we are on our way. We're at the airport. We're on our way to Colombia, to Cartagena, and we're going to be uh, doing some work with these girls that we've been supporting there, trying to get them into a better situation. Been praying a lot about that. And so thank you for coming along with us. Now, I wanted to talk. I don't have a ton of time, so I'm going to go pretty quick here. We're in um, the club, in the business center of the club, and that's why it looks like I'm in a studio or something. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on in Israel real quick because the title of the piece is that Israel declares victory, and so a lot of people are going to be coming on after we finish this live and asking like, what does that mean? Well, what that means is that Israel has said now they've announced today that they have destroyed Hamas's ability to make war, their military capability in the northern part of Gaza. So they're not saying they're completely done. They're not saying that they've won the war uh, or that they've accomplished all of their objectives, but they have finished one step in the war. They've declared victory and said that they have destroyed Hamas's ability to strike them from northern Gaza. That's about it. Now, that I don't know if that means they believe that they have blown up all the tunnels that are under northern Gaza. It might mean that. But from what we're seeing on Telegram channels that belong to the Qassam brigades, which is Hamas's military wing, it does not appear to be so. The Qassam brigades are still putting out videos of them attacking Israeli soldiers from spider holes and tunnels around northern Gaza. But what you don't know when you see those videos is when they were filmed. So they could be older videos that they are just now, and they highly edit their videos. They don't just put up like raw footage. So you never really quite know how much you can trust the videos that are coming out of them. Now, the videos that the IDF puts out are edited, but not as highly edited as the videos coming out from Hamas. But without a doubt, they are making progress. They have, if if they've not um, completely finished in the north, they've at least finished enough that they can feel kind of secure there. Now, I'm going to talk a little quieter because we're going to start walking for our gate. We have a flight leaving today. The airport here in Panama is quite a bit. It's we're in the new terminal here, and this new terminal is actually really nice. The club here is beautiful. 145. Um, so they just opened this terminal, and it's well done. It's not very busy, which is good. The airport here in Panama, one of the things I like about it is that it is very quick to get through. Uh, if you like, we got here this morning, and it literally took like 4 minutes to get from the door to the club. That's getting through immigration and security. Uh, Everything. Now, we were already checked in, of course, so we had our boarding passes and all that, but very, very fast getting through, and that's super nice. Uh, there are a couple of um, there are a couple of different terminals here, but they're connected together, and it's not very well thought out, at least on the outside, because you can't you can't park at one terminal, walk to the other terminal, or take a bus or anything. They're not that far apart, but they just didn't think about the fact that people might need to park in one side and walk to the other because they left out of one terminal, came back into the other, or something like that. Uh, but on the inside, it's not bad at all, and you can uh, get from one side to the other. It's a little bit of a haul, a bit of a walk, but I prefer that to having to take a shuttle or a bus or a train or anything like that. I like to be in charge of my own mobility. And this airport is a real hub for all of the Western Hemisphere, especially Latin America. Latin America being all the countries basically from Mexico south, and they they represent like 500 million people. So this is a really busy airport, but for it to be so fast to get through an airport that's that busy is not bad. It's certainly nothing to complain about. And so that's one of the reasons I like living in Panama. It's easy to get in and out of. They've got direct flights from here to just about any place, and I can fly if I need to directly to Europe, directly to Asia, through Turkey. Whoop! Looks like I dropped out for a second. I lost the Wi-Fi from upstairs. What's that? Yeah, I froze up for a second. So okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was on the Wi-Fi at the club, and then I left the club, so I had to switch over to my cellular. Anyway, we are talking about Israel. I wanted to say there's another reason why you could make the case that Israel is winning, and that's because there has not been a generalized wider conflict that has broken out with any of their neighbors. Now, there has been daily rocket attacks from Hezbollah. They are very limited in scope, considering Hezbollah's capabilities in the north, their ability to fire rockets if they wanted to could be overwhelming for Israel, at least based upon the numbers that they say that Hezbollah has rockets. They say they had 150,000 rockets, so they fire a dozen rockets a day or something, and they have not caused very many casualties to date. Now that could change, but at least so far, all of the um, signals coming out of Hezbollah are that um, they don't want a wider war. That Hezbollah does not want to get further involved in this conflict, other than just sort of giving lip service in some sense to what's happening in the south. Now, there have been potential escalations from Syria that hasn't really materialized. There have been potential escalations, obviously, from the Houthis in the south. That has so far not affected Israel directly, but is certainly likely to become another sort of facet of this war, if not another front in the war. I don't think the Israelis necessarily are going to have to spend a lot of energy fighting the Houthis, because the United States and the UK and other countries will do that part. And so, in some sense, the Israelis are accomplishing their goals slowly but surely. Now, you've heard me talk about the fact that I don't think the Israelis are going to be able to fully accomplish the goals that Benjamin Netanyahu has set forth for them, just simply because, he's talking about wiping out an ideology that is part and parcel of radical Islam, and that would require getting rid of a couple 100 million people around the world, and starting over and re-educating their children from scratch, and they just aren't going to be able to do that. Um, Getting rid of Hamas as a governing body in Gaza is certainly doable, but whoever replaces them, are you going to be able to make sure that they don't have that same, uh, you know, ideology that is just consumed by hatred for Israel and can't think of anything else, and therefore is not going to lead to human flourishing uh, in in Gaza or in the West Bank or anywhere else, because they when you're just wrapped up in hatred, you know that's not going to do anything for you, and so we'll see what happens about that. But as far as that goes, there have been a few rocket attacks in the last 24 hours out of Gaza, not too many, and I couldn't tell if they were coming from northern or southern Gaza, but I'm guessing they came from southern Gaza and not the north, because of this uh, announcement that the Israelis made that they have at least secured the northern part of Gaza from being able to attack them militarily. They practically had to turn it into a parking lot to do so, but they say that they have secured it, so that's good. So we're on our way to Cartagena, Colombia, and we'll shortly. Oh, looks like they're loading there. Yeah, so I've got to go. We will be reporting from Cartagena on what's happening there, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. God bless you. We'll see you later.